All right, there we go. So we're recording. This is going to be our overview of the compensation plan.
Welcome, everybody.
And let me start by sharing our screen here. Okay, I don't know for sure. Can everyone, let's
See the screen? Okay, so is it like medium-sized screen or full screen to you? Full, medium? Medium. Okay, so let's make it
full.
big, Josh.
They said full.
Full? Like full? Maybe we shouldn't have started recording yet.
Bear with us, guys.
Here, just make it full size.
So
I was able to touch my screen and stretch it with my fingers and have it full now.
Okay, so I'm going to.
Josh's Apple Watch is like, breathe.
Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to hit play from start. That's going to take away everything, so I won't be able to see you guys. So if you need anything, directors especially,
message us, text us.
Yes, text me so I can see what you're sending me. Okay, but this should take care of that issue.
Look good now, guys? Okay. Oh.
Okay,
can't scratch my nose.
Okay, so this call is all about the compensation plan, which we've been hyping up all week long, because if you don't know what you're aiming for, how are you really going to know how to work your business and know what you're striving for your next goals, and how much money you can actually be bringing in for you and your family with this business? Because guys, the sky, you've heard this before, and it's so cliche to say this, but the sky really is the limit.
And I'll share with you guys real quick too. Y'all, I was strictly, I love the product, but when I heard that you could make money sharing Scentsy product with other people, which sells itself, and I saw the potential of the income you could earn, that's what grabbed my attention, and that's why I was on board. Everything else, though, has been such a huge blessing since and on, which it's even more important than money, but the money we all need to survive. So get ready to be wowed and inspired as we share Show Me the Money.
All right, so our first topic here is just because anytime you, oh, I hear someone. Someone have a question?
Make sure you're muted.
Okay. There we go. I think I got everyone.
Yeah. Okay, now we're good.
Okay, so if you have a question, absolutely chime in. The first thing we want to talk about, though, is our income disclosure statement. Anytime that you mention buying a cup of coffee with your commission check, or you paid a bill with your commission check, or maybe you earn an incentive, anytime you mention the potential of earning income with Scentsy, you have to include this income disclosure statement.
Where can you find it, Josh?
You can find it in the workstation, Brandon. So we've included a link, and what we'll do is, I'm sure every director's on board with this, but if we could just go ahead and post that link, maybe not right this second, but in our individual groups, just so everyone will have access to that, and there's no question about it. But you can see this just is, it's a very generic income disclosure statement about what you can potentially earn with Scentsy. This isn't, we're going to give you some very real pay stubs here in just a few minutes as we start going over the different titles and ranks. But this is just going to give a very, very kind of vague overview of what people can expect to earn with Scentsy. So just, again, anytime you mention anything buying or purchasing,
or you're bragging about your business and your paycheck, you always need to include this.
Absolutely. Okay, so, oops, let's see here. There we go. So this is the compensation plan chart that you're going to see in the back of every single catalog that you open with Scentsy. You can find it in your workstation. It's very, very readily available for anyone. What we're going to do is just dive in just a little bit deeper into each of these levels so you can see what the true income potential is.
And help break it down, because, guys, this is one of, it can be one of the most confusing things trying to understand as a new consultant coming into Scentsy. But I think Kim did a great job assembling this PowerPoint and helping making it easier for everyone to understand.
Absolutely.
But again, if you have questions, type them in the chat, and we have some amazing directors who will help filter those out for you. So let's do it.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is those title-based dives that we talked about earlier in the call. So if you're an essential or certified consultant, we're going to dive into your title chats on Monday, November 2nd at 8 p.m. That's going to give you everything you need to know about, first of all, getting paid at title, which, as you'll see, for certified and essential, that's not really a whole lot of hoops you have to jump through with that one. But it also is going to touch on getting you promoted to the next rank up, which is lead. Our lead consultant call.
Before we go to lead, Josh, I just want to say, Leah, are you the one that's hosting or speaking to that point of the essential and certified consultants?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay. Perfect. Sorry, Lee, I didn't mean to cut you off. I do that to you all the time. But Leah, guys, I can't wait for you guys to hear Leah talk about essential and certified consultants. She has a unique story, and you guys are going to be inspired and motivated. So if you're essential or certified, do not miss that portion of that training. Don't miss it at all, because you can learn lots of things, but don't miss it.
Yeah.
Now to lead. Sorry.
So, and just a quick note here, Jamie, I just saw your message. There's a waiting room now for Zoom that I think the only way that we can add people is if the host, which is us adds them. So if you see anyone else waiting in this waiting room, please shoot me a message and let me know, because I can't see it pop
Or
up.
say black raspberry vanilla, black raspberry vanilla.
Okay. So, oops, I need to go back. There we go. So we left off at lead consultant. So our lead consultant dive in is going to be on Wednesday, November 4th at 8 p.m. So if you are a lead consultant, please make a note to be on that call.
And guys, I'm super excited to let you know that Josh and I will be hosting that portion. So we're super excited to share our story with you guys then and help you learn all about being a lead consultant.
Absolutely. And Thursday, November 5th is going to be just for our star and superstar consultants. And if you haven't guessed it yet, Jamie and Candace are going to be leading that one.
It's going to be amazing, guys.
So please make sure you make a note for to be on your title chat.
Yeah, because guys, these amazing hosts are going to really help you understand that title and what you need to do to move to the next level. So you don't want to miss it.
All right. Sorry, I'm getting my notes pulled back up. My phone keeps going to sleep on me. All right, so now we're going to talk about your PRV. Your PRV is your personal retail volume. That is basically dollar per dollar for what you sell. That does change up a little bit when they introduce licensed items such as Disney or NFL. It's a point system, so it doesn't always come up to that dollar per dollar, but usually that's what you can expect. And oops, in just a second, my notes are going away on me. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. Scatterbrained here at the moment, so forgive me. But when you log into your workstation, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see your PRV for the month, and that is your personal retail volume. Next up is your monthly requirements for being an active consultant. An active consultant has to do $200 PRV for the month in order to be considered active. When you first log in, all of us, all the way up to a superstar director, the beginning of every month, when you first sign into your workstation, before you place any orders for the month, you're going to see that you're inactive for the month. You're starting at $0 PRV. Your group wholesale volume, team wholesale volume, all that stuff starts at $0. So we all start at the same level at the beginning of the month. So always keep that in mind. Directors don't have it any easier than anyone else. We all see those zeros when we first start the month. So in order to become active, it's a $200 PRV requirement each month. For your activity, this is again going into being what's considered active. So just because, say if you're active in your thinking as you're submitting a $50 order one month, and then say the next month you submit a $100 order, and then 150, and then 80, though that doesn't make you an active consultant. You may be actively selling, but it doesn't make you active in Scentsy's eyes. I know that kind of, I'm using that term a lot, but in order to be considered active in Scentsy's eyes, it is $200 PRV per month. And in order to keep an active consultant status, this is on hold at the moment, but more than likely will pick up pretty soon. It's been on hold because of COVID, because we all know the struggles that's been, but more than likely the activity requirements will pick back up pretty soon. But for now, they're not canceling any accounts because of inactivity, but it's always a good habit to be in to keep that $200 PRV active each month. That way, when things do go back to normal, it won't be a struggle for you, and you can just go on about your business.
Exactly. And guys, when you are recruiting new team members onto your team, teach them this, because this is what is Scentsy, not law, but I guess it is like Scentsy law.
Rules.
Our rules, what we follow by. So teach them that just because it's not happening now doesn't mean it won't happen again once everything's back to normal.
Exactly. Okay, so now we're going to dive into frontline versus downline. And your frontline is everyone who you directly sponsor as a consultant. So let's say consultant here, you should see on your screen, the purple consultant, she has a total of 5 frontline. Those are people who have gone to her website and signed up directly under her. Now, once they start recruiting people, that's your downline. So that's your frontline's frontline, and so forth and so on. So that's where you really start growing your business, and that's where you're going to start seeing directors pop up and all that kind of good stuff. So that's the only thing really to keep in the difference between them is your frontline is your personally enrolled consultants. Your downline is anyone underneath those frontline or those personally enrolled consultants.
Makes sense.
Oops. Okay, so this is your team. Now your team is made up of anyone, both your frontline and your downline underneath you, and that's not part of another director's team.
Correct.
Okay, so this is where it starts to get a little
interesting,
a little more confusing.
Yeah.
As far as understanding your team and your income potential. If you say we have a director under us, let's call her Sally. Sally has grown her team. She has her own team. She's become a director. That becomes then our group. So
if you look at diagram 2, right, Josh, that's
Yep.
exactly what Josh is speaking of. So the consultant has Sally in the middle in the highlighted orange, who just became a director. So now the consultant still has everybody on their team, but then Sally became a director. So now Sally takes her portion of that team with her to her side, but we're still in a group together.
And we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, because that's what we're going to talk about group on the next page. But there you can see that you as the consultant, you're going to have multiple frontline consultants under you, and then also your team as they start to turn into their own teams. This forms your entire Scentsy group. Does that make sense?
All right, cool.
Yes,
Lots
no.
of good head shakes. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. All right. So next, sorry. There we go. Just briefly, as a kind of a recap, your PRV is your personal retail volume. That is what you personally sell each month with Scentsy. Your TWV is your team wholesale volume. So that is what we were talking about before. No directors at that point. It's just your team. So your frontline and those directly under them.
And then your group retail volume is your GWV is your team plus your directors. So everybody who's underneath you. And then your AF means your active frontline. So that's the people directly under you who are active. So when you see those terms or you hear those terms, that's exactly what they mean.
Absolutely, because we're going to start talking about requirements for getting paid at each title. And that's where you're going to see active frontline is going to become a requirement, as well as the TWV and GWV. So just to kind of give you a heads up to where this call is about to go. All right, so we're going to start with the essential consultants. Oh no, there we go. Okay, essential consultants, that's where you first, you go to that website, you click join. You're going to start earning 20% commission. Oh my gosh, what is going on? There we go. As an essential consultant, that's when you first sign on to Scentsy, you start earning the 20% commission based on what you've sold.
Your PRV.
Exactly. So here are a few examples of what these are real paychecks from essential consultants. So you can see that they're all pretty similar. Let me move my screen here.
Can y'all see what, like, do y'all see your faces on our screen, or do you just see the PowerPoint? PowerPoint? Cool. Good.
Okay.
Good. All right, good.
Okay, so for the first example that you see there, that consultant did $501 PRV for the month, and you can see their paycheck was 20% straight off of that, about $100. And all these are fairly similar as far as their PRV and their earnings for the month. What you're going to see next is for a certified consultant. Now for certified, this is where once you sell a total of $1,000 PRV, you're certified for life. So you will, from that point on, always earn that 25% commission.
But do you always start out at 0 every month?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the reason I ask that is because people are thinking, I know
is this
some
a trick question?
No, because I know some people are like, well, wait a minute, I'm certified. Well, yeah, you are certified and you get that commission bonus of 25% once you hit 1,000, and you'll always have that, but you will start out every month, no matter what title you're at 0. So
exactly. All right, so now we're going to look at some examples of paychecks from certified consultants.
And guys, notice when we're looking at these real examples, these are real Scentsy consultant paychecks. You'll start to notice a trend on how these people are making more. So watch those numbers and we'll help point it out to you as we go.
Yep, so you can see here, everyone is the first paycheck. That person had $593 PRV for the month, and they earned $148. Going up just a little bit more, you have a person who sold $790 PRV, and they earned almost $200. So you can see they don't have a team that they're getting paid from. This is just from their sales alone. And that last consultant example you see there, that month they sold a little over $1,100 and their paycheck was $286. So that extra 5% that you've earned from becoming a certified consultant, you can really see where that starts to bump up your commission, even if it is just what you think is just 5%.
5% can be a big difference when you're talking large numbers. So
that's why as soon as you have someone sign up under you, you want to help them. First of all, their first goal is always to hit shooting star, because that is halfway to them getting certified. So that's halfway to them really seeing like, okay, like I can earn a little bit more out of this business, and you don't want them to sit at Escential for too long. All right. Next, we're going to move right along to a lead consultant. For lead, and this is where you're going to see the numbers. If you see the 500 PRV requirement straight across the board from here on out, as a leader, and that title is called lead for a reason, you become a leader with Scentsy. You have a team. You have to take responsibility for your team. You have to lead by example. So for that, Scentsy says, in order for you to get paid off of your team, you have to do $500 PRV every single month. For that title of a lead consultant, your group wholesale volume, which is yourself, you have to do at least 500 of this, and the people below you, total has to be $1,000 GWV. And you also have to have at least one active frontline below you.
So remember, an active frontline means you have to have at least one person on your team who just submitted $200 or more to become active for that month.
Yep, and that is going to give you a baseline of that 25% commission, and plus you'll get bonuses from your team as long as you hit those numbers. We're going to go look at some lead consultant paychecks here. Ooh, what do we move to? This mouse
Hey, Josh,
is cooperating. Yeah.
Yeah.
will you explain the GWV that's 75% of PRV?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so you'll see your, well, let me go back to the screen here. So your PRV is basically, in most cases, dollar for dollar, most cases. So your GWV and TWV is a wholesale amount. So that's going to be, like Jamie said, 75% of your sales. So really, when you're looking at that lead consultant title, you know that you have to personally do 500 PRV. So that's basically $500 that you have to submit. Your team has to do $1,000 GWV. Dollar for dollar, that comes up to about $1,300. I think it was $1,333 from when I was crunching those lead numbers back then.
Jamie confirmed.
Okay, good deal. So yeah, when you see these numbers, it's not dollar for dollar, because when you see that WV, that is the wholesale amount. So everything basically from this point on is going to be wholesale. So it's 75% of the dollar amount. Does that make sense?
Cool.
Okay, good deal.
Good question, Jamie.
Yes, thank you. Here we go. Now let's look at those lead consultant examples of paychecks.
And I think you guys will notice that you start seeing a difference as you're adding team members and active team members to your team, and the difference it makes in your paycheck and theirs.
So this is, and just adding on what Brandon just said, when we first signed up with Scentsy, someone told us, like, you can make a little extra money here and there with Scentsy, but you're not really going to see that significant of an income until you start building a team. And that's where, from here on out, you're going to see these paychecks that I hope inspire you, because honestly, they inspire me.
Oh yeah.
And they always have. So, okay, example number one. This is a lead consultant. Their PRV for the month was about $641. They had one active frontline, so that means one person under them contributed to helping them earn that title, and their paycheck was $183.
All right, and then example number two, look at this difference, guys. The consultant had PRV of $1,035.08 and two active frontline. So that means two team members on their team who submitted an order of $200 or more, and you can see almost $100 increase in their paycheck. That's incredible.
Moving on to number three, we had a consultant who did $1,155 and with one active frontline, and their paycheck was $310.
Yep. And then example number four is a lead consultant who submitted $1,267.56 of PRV, and they had three active frontline team members, and they had a paycheck of $353.64. So you can just see the range of difference as a lead consultant from having one active frontline to having three active frontline in all those different scenarios. So that's interesting to be able to see that, and motivating.
Yes, so moving on right along to Star Consultant. Again, $500 PRV requirement for yourself as the consultant, but then your GWV has to be at least $2,500.
And again, Josh, that means that's 75% of, sorry, I just want to make sure everyone's understanding.
75% of the total sales of the team.
Yes.
Okay, for this one, they're bumping it up to a required 2 active frontline consultants. So that's going to mean this is where you have to really start diving into your team and motivating them to get sales each month, because you can't do it alone.
And Scentsy, if y'all haven't noticed yet, Scentsy's all about building from the bottom up. So when people are like, oh, it's a pyramid scheme, no, it's not, because a pyramid, you are on the top. Yeah, but you don't get to the top until you help everyone below you build themselves up. So that's why you're seeing these different requirements for your promotions. As far as from lead to star, you have to help 2 people hit that before you become active, before you can get a promotion to star consultant. So
Yeah,
I love
basically,
it.
it's Scentssy's way of holding you accountable as the leader of the team,
Yep,
saying if you want to get paid, then you got to help your team grow.
that's right.
All
Amen.
right, so now let's look at some star consultant paychecks. This is where, okay, so first of all, it took us a little bit of time to get out of lead consultant. Once we got to a lead consultant, or excuse me, promoted out of lead to a star, that's where we really started to see that shift in income.
From paying your cell phone bill to maybe being able to pay a car payment.
Yeah.
And for
Yeah.
us, that was everything, you know.
So you can see that first example, that's a $310 paycheck, which is kind of, that was about the highest of the lead paychecks examples that we just saw. This consultant did $759 PRV. Their entire team did about $3,700 for the month. That's a great month. So that's a $300 paycheck for that consultant.
And that consultant had 5 active frontline. So example number 2, the consultant submitted in PRV $1,309.10 with 3 active frontline, and the total team did $3,009.37. And that consultant's paycheck had a $425.91 paycheck, and that's almost just over $100 more again. And they had 2 less active, but just notice those differences as we continue discussing all these paychecks.
So this is something coming up on the next example here. This is going to be something that we talk about a little later on as well, but as you can see, this consultant did over $2,000. Does anyone I mean, you can wave, you can give a thumbs up. Does anyone know what happens when you get over $2,000 PRV for the month? So,
yeah,
we're going to tell you.
that's right.
That when you hit $2,000 PRV at any single month, Scentsy gives you a bonus.
Actually, you give yourself the bonus when you hit it because you're your own boss. Scentsy pays that bonus for you, though.
That's true. Okay, so you get a 5% bonus on your own commission. So you not only make 30% commission off of your own PRV, plus you get paid from your team.
Isn't that awesome? Any of us at any level can hit that give ourselves that raise every month just by selling 2,000 PRV. But we won't get stuck on that now. We'll continue going on with example number 3, Josh.
Yep. So this consultant, they had about $2,015 PRV, 6 active frontline for the month. That person is on their way to director, no doubt. And their earnings were over $740.
Yep. Example number 4, the consultant personally submitted $3,710.44. That's a celebration in its own. They gave themselves that bonus with only 2 active frontline. That's not horrible. They still had 2 active frontline. Excuse me. But they gave themselves a paycheck of $1,274.95. So congratulations.
Now that's some income.
Yeah.
Like, that's where you start to see this business shift from a hobby to an actual business. And when you think of, there are people who go to work, 9 to 5, and they'll end the year with a $15,000 to $20,000 paycheck in some examples. This person, whoever this consultant was in this last example, would, if they continued that trend, would basically be in that same bracket as someone who was going to a 9 to 5 job, or a typical like part-time
Blue
job.
collar. Yeah. And guys, to me, I look at it as, again, do I have enough money to pay a cell phone? Do I have enough money to pay a car payment? Or do I have enough money to pay a mortgage? Or do I have enough money to go on vacation?
Right. So now let's talk about where this income hops up a little bit more. It's a little bit closer to being more consistent with like a stay-at-home job.
And
so we're going to go to a superstar consultant.
Yeah. And again, the way you get there, guys, is by working your business every single day, never giving up, and breaking excuses.
And showing up to trainings like this.
Yeah, that's right. And thank you for everyone who did show up while we're on that topic.
Yeah, so we're going to hop into Superstar Consultant. Again, like we said earlier, $500 minimum PRV is your requirement to get paid as a superstar consultant rank. Your GWV, which is your group wholesale volume again, is 6,000.
And now you need to help at least 3 team members on your team hit active.
Yep, and this is where you're going to see that 3 is going to stay pretty consistent from here on out. So let's go take a look at some superstar consultant paychecks. Whew. All right. So example number 1 did $1,155 in PRV for the month. Their team wholesale volume was over that 6,000 minimum at $7,557, and they had 7 active frontline. This is a person who is very, very close to hitting those director numbers. So their paycheck was $636 for that month. That's great.
Then you look at the next consultant on example number 2 had a PRV of $1,740.77 with a team wholesale of $8,452.53 with 3 active frontline. They gave themselves an $810.06 paycheck.
All right, guys, we're breaking 1,000 here. So here's someone who's got paid a little over $1,100 for working their Scentsy business. How awesome is that?
Wax and warmers, guys. Wax and warmers.
All right. So for their PRV, they gave themselves a bonus and they did $2,568 in PRV for the month. And their team wholesale volume was over 8,500 with 3 active frontline.
Yep. And example number 4, the consultant submitted, they got that 30% bonus, $2,180.53 with a team wholesale volume of $8,449.49 with 9 active frontline. That's pretty incredible. That's almost a director. And their paycheck was $1,194.02. Mortgage payment.
So I hope these numbers of what you're seeing are inspiring you. It's something that we're all in this business for a reason. It could be, I think money speaks to everyone.
Yours is wax. Mine is money and wax.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But money speaks to all of us. We're all here because Scentsy can contribute to our family's
income. We love
income.
Scentsy.
Yeah, so I hope these numbers are inspiring you. We're going to move on to something that I strived for from the beginning of when we first signed up, and that was to hit director.
Yeah, that was, you know what, I actually think, just short little story right now while he's changing slides. I think from the moment we both signed up for Scentsy, and again, my motivation was I love the product and I love the money. That potential that you could earn, but I always wanted to hit director too. And then after director, of course, superstar director, I've always wanted to go to the top, but let's see what directors do.
So requirements for director. Again, $500 minimum PRV. Your group wholesale volume has to be 10,000. Now, what's a little different here is you're adding another column requirement, and that's going to be the team wholesale volume. So what is the best way to explain this? When you hit director, you become a team. Everyone directly under you is your team. Say someone on our team, let's call her Sally again. Sally also has numbers that are approaching that director number. So her group under you has the 10,000. That's included with you because she's part of your team, your group at that point. But when she actually hits that 10,000 for herself, she becomes her own director. So then in order for you as her sponsor to get paid off of her and her team,
as your first generation director,
yep, you have to do $2,000 for you and your team, not including her and her team.
Does that make sense, guys?
Clear as mud.
Yeah. Good. Okay.
Okay. So with this, again, you have to have that minimum active three active frontline consultants under you. So now let's take a little peek at some director paychecks. And guys, what we're going to show you is, I really hope inspiring.
I hope you're all sitting down.
Yes. Okay. So let's look at some director paychecks. That first one, that consultant, actually every consultant example on this screen has given themselves that PRV bonus for the month.
Yeah, they have.
The first one, PRV was 2562. Their team wholesale volume was $10,900 with 4 active consultants. That person earned a $1,400 paycheck that month.
All right. Incredible. Example number 2. I'm just like flabbergasted by all these guys. So give me a second to catch my breath here. Example number 2 is a consultant who personally submitted $3,102.09. That's amazing. And guys, don't think that no matter where you are in your journey with Scentsy right now, don't look at these numbers and say, I could never do that monthly. Because trust me, when we first started, we didn't know how we were going to submit a $100 order, let alone a $200 order to be active. Again, just never give up. Keep working your business. And if your why is bigger than your excuse, you can hit any number you want. Promise.
100%.
So anyways, sorry, not anyways, but to continue, this consultant hit $3,102.09 by themselves, 90 cents by themselves. Their team, which this is great, hit $13,276.89, and they only had 4 active frontline. Not only, that's still something to celebrate. Their check was $538.99. Congratulations.
Okay, here we go, guys. Moving on to this next example. If this consultant continued this trend, this is about a $25,000 a year earning from Scentsy, from wax and warmers. This is amazing. Okay, so this consultant earned $2,563 they did 5,000 PRV, so they gave themselves one heck of a bonus that month. Number 1. So their team wholesale volume was $17,259. So with 9 active frontline.
Congratulations. This one, guys, it takes my breath away still. So Jamie or Leah or Candace, y'all have Kim? Okay, thank you. Example number 4 is incredible. I'm thinking I just bought a house on an island right now with this mortgage money too. But so this one, the consultant personally submitted $6,668.79.
Which, can we talk about how huge that is?
Yeah,
number 1?
that's congratulations.
Before we go on.
Yeah. Their team submitted $51,753.78. Sorry, I said that wrong. And the numbers are just blowing my mind right now. With 41 active frontline guys, this leader, this director took the meaning of grow your team wide to the next level. This is a great example, guys, and something I would strive to do no matter who you are and where you are in your Scentsy journey. They did an amazing job. They got a paycheck of $4,961.80. Can we say we're going to Disney World?
I think there's people wanting to get in. Well, Kim's wanting to get in. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah. There might be a couple in there because I had somebody just ping me too.
Yeah, there were like 3 or 4, so we've got them all in now. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, this is like this exclusive nightclub, guys. So you need to know someone to get into this training. So.
Okay, so we should have everyone in now. We just gave the last example of a director paycheck, almost $5,000 paycheck, guys. That's so impressive.
Yeah.
All right, so next we're gonna go right into star directors. Let me get this off my screen here. Okay, so star director. This, again, keeping up with the same trend. As a star director, you have to have at least $500 PRV submitted for the month. Your group wholesale volume, so that is yourself and all of your directors under you, has to be at least 30,000 GWV. That's that wholesale amount again. Your team, so this is you and your downline, not including any of your directors under you.
Your direct downline.
Yes, has to do at least 6,000 of that with 3 active frontline, and you have to have at least 2 active first generation directors who are under you.
And guys, I want to say something as we continue to go down the line of consultants or the titles and promotions you can earn. As you see these numbers grow, don't be discouraged or don't think I can never do this, because guess what?
You
I
absolutely
just had to spell it out in my head. There is no I in Scentsy, and this is a team reflection of, go ahead and put that on a quote, please. But this is a team reflection. You have your group helping you get to that $30,000 number that Josh just spoke about, and then you have your team helping you get to that $6,000 amount. So it's not just you doing this by yourself.
This is never just, once you pass that certified consultant rank from that point on, this is not just you. This is you and your entire team. So that is going to be you working with your team and helping them promote, and then it works out for you in the long run. So let's move on to some Star Director paychecks. And guys,
I'm not ready.
let's take a look. Okay, so the first example, $2,600 was their earnings. They had a little over $1,100 PRV for the month. Their team wholesale volume, I'm not sure how this one worked out, was less than that 6,000 that's required. But they got paid at title somehow that month. It's $2,600.
Thank you, Heidi and Orville.
$17 was their paycheck for that month. They had 17 active frontline and 2 first-generation directors.
All right, and I need a sip of water to read this next one here. So, all right, this next one, this mysterious Star Director had personally submitted $8,114.45 in sales alone. And with a team that submitted 42,846 and oh my goodness, I can't talk, $846.90, and 39 active frontline guys with 3 first-generation directors. That is stunning. And they paid themselves that month $6,442.02.
This just goes to show you that when we said earlier, there is no limit with your income potential with Scentsy. Your limit is in your hands.
And guys, you get to, the cool thing about being your own boss, whether you've heard them say boss babes or boss bros or whatever, you pick how much money you're going to make. So the harder you work your business and the more excuses you bust, you choose between that $2,600 paycheck or that $6,442 paycheck. So that's just these are 2 great examples that show you some of the potential at this level.
Yep. So now we're going to go on to the highest level in Scentsy. So this is like ultimate goal with Scentsy as a leader. Kelly, do you have a question? Okay. Sorry. I thought someone raised their hand. Sorry. Anyway.
She's probably talking to Jesus, because I know I just was after I saw those numbers. So.
Okay. So we're going to go on to Superstar Director. Again, staying consistent. This, as a Superstar Director, to get paid from your team, in your group, you have to do at least $500 PRV. This is going to have you standing at a group wholesale volume of 80,000 and your team wholesale volume. So this again is you as the leader with your team without any directors in between that. That needs to be at least 10,000 with 3 active frontline consultants and at least 4 first-generation directors. So now, I hope you're all sitting down. Let's take a look at some really, these, I really hope, the goal of showing you these paychecks is not to in any way brag from any of us or from anything like that. It's just to show everyone a potential of
possibility
of what you can do with your business. Okay, so let's look at Superstar Director paychecks. Okay. Can you imagine pulling in any single one of these per month? Like, for real? The first one is a $10,354 paycheck for the month, mind you. They did a little over, they did $2,117 in PRV and had, let's see, their team wholesale volume was $57,239 with 42 active frontline, 6 first-generation directors.
All right, example number 2, going from left to right on the top row there. The consultant's paycheck was $13,946.28, and they personally submitted $2,411.71. So they gave themselves that 30% bonus that month. And their team, oh, that's a bad number, but their team submitted $66,666.36. Kelly, raise your hands to Jesus again. Let's bless that check. They had 47 active frontline. That's incredible.
Yep, moving right along, just going up here, $16,500 paycheck as a superstar director, and this consultant had almost $3,000 PRV for the month with 55 active frontline.
All right, and our final example for the directors is the director paid themselves $20,797.63 with a PRV of $10,627.46, and their team did $81,895.79 with 60 active frontline.
Now just think about that for a second. Look at that last paycheck and think if that person did, just say on average, $20,000 a month for the year.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of money.
That is
Ooh-wee.
a lot of money. Guys, your income potential is truly limitless. And I hope that you are seeing, like, if you dive into your business, if you continue showing up to trainings like this, like you're doing right now, that's the number one thing that you can do, is to show up. But if you keep showing up and you keep working your business and you keep that desire to grow, like, guys, the income potential here is out of this world.
Sky's the limit, like Josh said.
Sky's the limit. Okay, so now we're going to talk just a little bit about, because you've heard me say rank, you've heard me say title. So your title, once you promote, that is your title. So we are star directors. That is our title with Scentsy. We don't get paid as our, okay, I'm not explaining this right. Does anyone want to help in and
I got you, Josh.
hop in and explain this?
Luckily you brought me along for tonight's training. So your title is what you get paid on. No, hold on. So for example, if you are, let's keep it simple because we have a lot of new consultants on board for tonight's training, so no need to make it difficult. So what are the requirements to become Escential certified? None. Trick question. Lead. You need to submit at least $1,000. That will get you the title of lead consultant. You will not get paid at that title unless, am I right?
You get paid at your rank every month.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's just, I'm sorry.
You were doing so good.
So every month as star directors, if we want to get paid as star directors, that's our rank. That's what the level that we get paid at each month is our rank with Scentsy. Okay, so that's where at the beginning of every single month, we all start out as a certified consultant, basically ground zero. And then as we start adding our PRV and our teams start adding their PRV and our group grows, that's where our rank changes. So every month, your title as a star director, lead consultant, that's not going to change, but your rank will change every month.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
All right, Jamie
so
gave
sorry.
us a thumbs up.
Okay. So we talked about this earlier. You can give yourselves a raise every single month just by submitting that $2,000 PRV in a month. You get a 5% bonus. If you don't shoot for that, that's like leaving money on the table every single month. We don't hit it every month. I wish we did. So I'm just going to be transparent about that. It's something that should be a goal of everyone, but I get, every month it's on the cards. So it's something to strive for every month. That's for sure, though. Especially if once you get past that like $1,500, $1,700 PRV, keep going. Like, don't leave that extra 5% bonus on the table. All right. And then we talked about this earlier. We're going to dive in just a little bit deeper on every single title next week. So starting with our Essential and Certified Consultants on Monday at 8 p.m. We're going to skip Tuesday and go for lead consultants on Wednesday at 8 p.m. And then Star and Superstar consultants are going to share the night on Thursday, November 5th at 8 p.m.
And guys, this is a great opportunity for you guys to attend, no matter what your title is. But if you can attend these title chats, guys, you're going to hear from some fantastic leaders who have been there, done that, and they will teach you how to take that level that you're currently at and upgrade yourself to the next level and do it well.
So make the most at where you're at now and then keep growing.
That's right.
That's our goal for these title chats. So I hope you're super excited. We're excited for them. We are, again, let me turn off the screen sharing here, maybe.
Seemed a lot easier to start it.
Okay.
Can we stop recording?
There we go. There we go.
Hi guys, do you see us again?
Yes.
All right,
yay.
great.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
First time
That's no
doing
problem.
screen share. Okay, so was everyone inspired by that?
Yes,
Right?
I was.
Good.
Kelly,
I'm
what's
glad to
on your
hear that.
mind? What do you feel after seeing all that amazing?
I'm at 572 now as my PRVs, and that's only by myself.
Yeah.
Pushing the sales. I can see myself doing a little bit better as soon as I get 2 more people under me. I have someone under me that's not working with me right now
Yeah.
because she had COVID.
Oh yeah.
And she just dropped out because she's sick. But other than that, we're pushing.
Good. And that's it. No matter what life throws at you, and I'm not trying to be cold about COVID or at all by any means, whether you get sick or lost your job or something, just always keep trucking along and you can accomplish any goal you set for yourself, personally or business wise.
Exactly.
So, all right.
And you have to have the mindset.
That's right. You're right, Kelly.
Mindset is everything.
So anything, ladies, our amazing directors that were watching the chat, is there anything we missed that we should touch base on from this? Or did you guys feel like everyone got their questions answered well? Or
I think we had everyone's questions answered, but I just want to throw out there again that we all started at 0. We
That's
all
right.
started where you all started. So keep your head up.
Yes.
And we all started
exactly.
with this many team members, 0.
Yeah.
That's
We are all in the same boat when we first started. So just keep trucking along. You guys can get there. Don't get discouraged, but definitely if you want it in this business, you have to work for it and you will get out what you put in for it.
And
absolutely.
just on top of that, don't compare yourself to anyone else.
Because
That's
everyone's
something that it really took me a long time to learn. You would see all the numbers that we showed you, the paychecks that we showed you, is to just inspire you, not to say, well, why aren't I earning that? You know, like, what's wrong with me? No. Everyone's story is different. Everyone's path to success is different. So like Jamie said, we all started at 0. We all start at 0 as far as sales and all that good stuff every single month. It's just about trucking along and keep going.
And guys, before I knew that, before I was shown this, when I first started our Scentsy journey, or we started our Scentsy journey together, I didn't know that you could have the potential. I didn't know Scentsy was a business that you could work and have a island house and whatever, or a new car paid for in cash, or taking your whole family to Disney. I didn't know you could do that. I thought maybe you'd be lucky if you could pay your car payment or a cell phone bill. So that's the reason we're sharing all this with you, so you can see, wow, By
Let it
just working
inspire
my
you.
little wax business that I paid $99 to join, and I can do that. That's the reason we showed it, not to rub it in anyone's faces of what these people are making or what they're not making. So
Absolutely.
you can do it. Can we unmute? Like, I don't know if Leah, Kim, Candace, our other directors and star director have anything they want to add, or
I just wanted to say thank you.
hey,
You did an amazing job, the half that I saw.
well, oh, Kim, you know we're a team and we all got each other's back, so that's what we do.
Oh, what a day. What a day.
Well, hey,
We got you.
We got you, girl. You've had us plenty of times. We're here for you. So, and it's a team, you know what? And again, Kim, this is Kim. She is the one who put together this amazing slideshow, which we would not have been able to present this information to you today without her help. So,
maybe I knew something. Maybe I knew in the back of my mind that tonight was going to be a you know what show. And
well,
we had almost 800 kids come through our trunk or treat today.
Hey,
oh
that's
my
awesome.
goodness.
You know what? Good for you guys.
Yeah.
You had a great night. The kids had a good night. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I would get a glass of wine and a Reese's peanut butter cup and call it a good night.
Yeah.
Brandon,
Yes.
when your sponsor is not in your, like for me with Brittany,
Yeah.
I reached out to her less than a month. Well, yeah, I told you on Facebook. How do we keep in touch if she's not available?
So,
I mean,
Kelly, and I get that. We also, when we started, we had a sponsor who they quit actually a week after we joined, and we knew nothing about Scentsy. But what we did do is we said, okay, well, what do we have available to us? We have our workstation available to us, and we were invited to the Purple Cows at that time because we didn't have our own team. So we dove into all the resources we did have available and started focusing on what do we have to work with and what tools do we have to make ourselves successful and grow. And sometimes unfortunate things happen like that, but just focus on what you do have. You've got a great group of people right here, right now that you see on your screen in front of you that will always help you. If you have any questions, you always got Josh and I, you know that. And
no problem.
the Super Accents team page on Facebook. So we're all here to help you and we'll get through it together. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
And then
Thank
even
you
if we're
very
not
much.
there, you just, Jesus.
The only reason I'm asking is because, like I said, with my father's situation, I reached out to her to explain what the situation would be. They're thinking he may have cancer, so I'm trying to be as strong as I can be and still do my business at the same time.
Well,
That's what's keeping me strong right now, because that's what's keeping me focused right now.
I get it. It's helping
I'm
you.
not thinking about, about the bad stuff that's going to be coming along.
Well,
But
you know what, Kelly, at this time, just take this time to put your family first. And whenever you need something, you just reach out to Josh and I, and we have your back, and we'll help you get through this hard time as well. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, kiddo.
You're welcome.
It's tough. It really is to actually see what's going on and what's coming down the pike with that situation. It's not easy.
I can imagine. So we'll all pray for you though too. Does anyone else have
kiddo.
any? Yeah, you're welcome. Does anyone else have any questions or thoughts about tonight's training?
Okay, so
I thought it was pretty cool.
Well, thank you, Kelly. We're
to
happy
see all those numbers. It's like, wow.
Yeah, I had some wowzers myself tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have ran over by just a few minutes, so I think we did pretty well
good.
tonight. So again, please make a plan to hop onto those title chats next week. I'm sure all of our directors here will be posting on our individual groups about the times and reminders and all that good stuff. So we will see you all next week in your respective chats.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We hope you all have a wonderful night. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.